Alright, how we doing, everybody? Just getting ready for our December version of our company ceremony. Be loading in here in just a second. Alright, how we doing, everybody? Just getting ready for our
Scoot over to the left one. Attack.
I want you to explain it, right? So you got sunglasses. And goggles. Shaded goggles. And sunglasses. Hey, you need double protection.
be kicking off here in about 6 minutes.
Okay, Hayes, how do you message your team?
Alright, let's guys just move forward. Whoever's left from Ghost will have to fall in the back. Get everything nice and tight. Yeah, so I like him.
Go to the left.
There you go. Nature.
Yeah.
NVGs.
Ooh, they're on my head. There they are. Good call.
Sergeant Abel, your NVGs.
Sergeant Greg has
Arsene.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Ayers, you were carrying my night vision capabilities, just so you know. Guess who's never getting them back? Is it gonna be like... If I honestly have to pick between NPGs and grenades, then guess who's taking more grenades?
Alright, 5 mics, let's stack calls.
A little bit of scratches.
I'm dead. He's almost found us. He's right there. There he is.
Feel the second line.
Private in the back there, take off your MVGs. Platoon HQ, just move behind Phoenix on your right, my left.
Hey. My foot just fell asleep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, awesome. I'm about to jump on in a second. Wait, one mic. I don't think we're waiting on anyone, but I got a message from you.
Yeah, just confirming the notes. That I'm not missing anything vital.
Yeah, it's Canaris. Are you in the back? Go ahead and join Platoon HQ.
Okay, sounds good. Cross that off.
Alright, sir, I'll see you on the parade field.
Platoon, all accounted for?
Oh. Close. Major, first platoon is all present and accounted for.
Hello. Alright, post. Alright. How we doing, everybody? Everybody hear me in the back?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Cool.
Yes,
Alright.
sir.
Welcome to December. Last month of the year, 2020. Let's get this year over with. Would be an understatement of a statement, that's for sure. Have a couple notes to cover this morning, or this afternoon for some of us. We are kind of coming down to the end of Operation Thin Ice. As I mentioned last ceremony when I was up in front of most of you. You know, we're on the end. We're hoping to have this wrapped up by the new year. So really, we kind of have two main ops left. Today being one of those two, and then December 20th is our grand finale of Operation Thin Ice, to where then we are storyline-wise deploying back home in time for the holidays. And those that are fairly new, we actually do a Exodus stand down during the holiday season. So starting already December 21st, the day after, so that Monday, we will be in what we call Exodus, which means no TPRs are needed, no LOAs are needed for that 2-week period. We will all be back and report back in on January 2nd, which is a Saturday, so you guys will pick up with your squad drills right away on that weekend, returning after the new year. But during that time frame, so from December 21st through January 1st, no TPRs are needed. Your requirement to be here is non-existent. We want you to spend some time with family, with friends, play willy-nilly whatever you want. Statistically speaking, it is actually one of our most busiest times of the year, in accordance to attendance and activity on our website, on our TeamSpeak, on our servers, because people just jump on and jump off whenever they want. And you know, we try to keep it entertaining. We have some fun ops in there. On the 31st, we do have the Pubathon, the Rocking in the New Year Pubathon with Rock of the Marn. which we will be putting out there. Other things that happen on Exodus time frame, as I said, there's no mandatory squad drills, no mandatory FTXs, anything like that. If leadership are present and want to host those events for some fun and other people to jump in, leaders just take charge and do it. People will join in when they seem fit. Usually it's so active and busy because most, if you're in high school, if you're in college, those time frames are usually there is no school, right? College kids are usually off, at least in the States, for most of January for winter break, as they call it. And, so it becomes a pretty active time frame. Recruitment, though, is also very big during that time frame. So usually RRO is not, I guess, relieved all the way. We have some just by volunteer basis if you're available. We don't want to have those applications sit because it is a big recruiting time. Not just us for activity, but just online gaming in general around the world spikes up during this time due to, again, everybody being off for the holidays and enjoying some time. So recruitment is pretty big during this time frame, and we enlist quite a few. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a half a dozen or a dozen soldiers during that 2-week period. So that's why RRO usually sticks around, processing applications, conducting NSOs, getting them in the unit, because we all know if we're an RRO, the longer that app sits unattended or lack of contact, the greater the chances that we never see that soldier again. So usually Lieutenant Lambert is obviously in charge of our RRO, so that's something we are looking towards, is finding our recruiters that are volunteer basis, ready to still jump on applications and whatnot. So that's Holiday Exodus. Starts the 21st, ends the 1st. Report back on the 2nd. Again, no TPRs, no LOAs. Don't flood the personnel requests with that stuff because we're just going to deny it. It's not needed. We'll find out. Hopefully you return back on the 2nd and aren't listed AWOL from the holidays. So a couple other notes, big ones. We finally did have well, I guess we narrowed it down to a couple soldiers for that platoon RTO. So that the application process has been locked. So if you wanted to get into that slot and didn't sign up, sorry, you had at least over a month or more to sign up. There are obviously, as we continue to grow, as we continue to add positions within squads and platoon, those roles will open up again, of course. On December 27th, which is during our Holiday Exodus, there is a sign up for the 173rd Air Assault School, hosted by our sister unit, the 173rd. So they also host every once in a while an airborne school, and we like to train together to have unit cohesion and everything. So we want to, if you're available, sign up. I mean, just because the course happens over Exodus doesn't mean it don't count. You'll still get awarded the Air Assault badge for participation in our sister unit training events. So we do have this upcoming week the medic school on December 12th. If you haven't seen that, sign up, and I believe for sure if you're you have to be combat lifesaver qualified to attend. As we continue to grow, we're constantly looking at who's our next squad medic, potentially a platoon medic. We just opened up a new squad, which then spawned a new medic to be promoted from combat lifesaver to medic. So if you're passionate about that and looking to continue to advance to the medical side of the unit, by all means jump on that course. Again, December 12th at 17:30. Talked about the Exodus, and tomorrow, December 7th, we do have our monthly mod pack update. Mostly, I don't think anything is like a major update. During the last command staff meeting, we went through and approved and denied some request suggestion mods, which we constantly are working on making sure it's the right fit. Do we actually need it? Is it just something shiny, or is it something that is actually going to benefit the bulk of the unit? So that update will hit our Steam mod workshops tomorrow sometime. COE will be executing that. So if you plan to play on Tuesday or have some event, make sure you ensure your mods update, which should be automatic with the way our Steam mod workshops work. So other than that, we can kind of jump in. We have a good sized list, which I love. That just means we're growing, we're getting bigger. There's more people getting awards and medals and promotions and recognition for things that they've done in the prior month of November here. One of the first things I always like to start off with is this medal. It shows extreme dedication to the unit because these soldiers kind of put their money where their mouth is. So can I get Cola, Drake, Abel, Flanagan, and Lambert post? Alright, Buffface. Alright, as I said, these soldiers it takes extreme dedication to be able to donate your own hard cash or hard money to the unit to support unit ops, which supplies our servers, our dedicated boxes, website maintenance, clan lists, things like that. In the month of November, between these 5 soldiers, $430 were donated in the month of November, or prior to ceremony, so the prior 5 days here, donated $430. We have 3 of these soldiers being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal with Valor, which means they donated over $100 in that month. So right there's 300 of that 430, which was Cola, Abel, and Flanagan. All 3 are being awarded this award with Valor, with the V device, for outstanding dedication to our large amount. And then we have our platoon staff, which made it a little bit of a competition between each other, which I love, with Sergeant Drake and Lieutenant Lambert both donating just under, or over, I should say, that $50 minimum, but under the $100 maximum to get that V device, which both of them already kind of have those as well. But it's awesome to have soldiers within our unit. This is a wide range of soldiers as well, from a private brand new to the unit, donating, all the way up to one of the senior members in the unit donating, and then all our soldiers in between there. So it shows a wide range of dedication, from new soldiers that feel inspired, and then our old grunts, old some bitches that are just here all the time. So a big thank you and a big hooah. Hooah.
What?
Buffface.
What?
Hooah. Congratulations, soldiers, and thank you. Merry Christmas. Hooah.
Christmas.
Right. Fall back in. Next up is Evans. Private Evans post. Alright, let's say not present.
Steve Evans not present.
Alright. Private Evans here applied and was approved through service. He is a veteran of the U.S. Army, or currently serving in the U.S. Army. Soldiers that have served their nation in the real capacity as a enlisted soldier, sign that dotted line for their country, are awarded the National Defense Service Medal in our unit. It's the only way to get that medal is serving in your actual armed forces, not as a civilian contractor, not as somebody that just works with the military. You actually sign that dotted line and become a member of your armed forces. So that was Evans. I know we've had a couple privates enlist that recently put it in their introductions. So if you're in this formation, get to the enlistees lounge, and then there is a verification process that you'll go through, which just is supplying some information, common information, so that you can get verified through the U.S. is a little easier than anything that's foreign, whether you're somewhere in the European or another country. Usually I'll follow up and ask for a little bit more extra information to verify those, but in the U.S. It's a little easier for me to verify. But so big hooah to him for his service in the U.S. Army. Hooah. All right. Go ahead, get me Gregor post. Buffets. Alright, good old Sergeant here. He is hereby being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal. I'll read the citation that comes. This is a medal that is only awarded through, extreme work and dedication into one of our DMOSs. So, Sergeant Grigg continues to shine within BMO. Not only is his work on BMO requests, but also multiple ideas, suggestions, and etc. that he constantly brings to the table. There is not much to be said other than excellent work. So this is recommended through his work in our DMOSs, BMO to be specific. This is one of the higher medals that is given out through, through our DMOS medals, I guess you could say, because there's certain medals that we get awarded that are combat related or admin related, and this is one of the higher admin related medals. I concur. I mean, everything that you see in our BMO archives, I mean, you see Sergeant Gregg's signature all over it. He's a big contributor in definitely when this ceremony gets concluded. All of the service records being updated. It's a massive amount, so and that's something that he always jumps on and makes sure that he takes ownership in it. So, hooah, congratulations. All right, Buffets. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Go ahead and get me Paxton, Pendergast, Poltrak, Ayres, Escabella, and Nichols post.
No.
Right. Cover down a little bit, Pendergast. There you go. Alright, Buffets. Alright, these 6 soldiers that I called up, 5 in front here, are soldiers that are being awarded the NCO Development Ribbon. So many of these don't technically qualify to wear this ribbon just yet, as it is for NCOs and above. So you're looking at a corporal, E4 alpha rank or higher. But this is for completion of Warrior Leadership course this last month. WLC is a course that we kind of hang our hat on, that we want to hold. Usually it's hosted, in this case, by Sergeant First Class Drake and Lieutenant Lambert, and their dedication there to train leadership. I mean, that's what really builds our unit up, and why we have such longevity is we develop and we constantly have continued education on our leadership skills, so that these soldiers can go forth, lead fire teams, potentially lead squads, and keep moving up within our unit under the same information that soldiers above them and then below them will be receiving. The things that are taught in WLC, it's stuff that isn't just for online gaming. It's stuff that they can take and use in their real worlds lives, and it's just a skill set that we love doing. Leadership development is a large focus of our unit as a whole. Yes, we're all here to game, we're all here to have fun, have a hobby, but being able to develop our leaders so that they can go forth and lead our soldiers that enlist is extremely important to us. And This is the first step. This is the first course of leadership that they qualify for and can take. And it's a big congratulations on being awarded the NCO development ribbon and potentially qualifying you for that NCO slot. So, congratulations. All right, Bobface. Congrats, leaders.
Thank you, Merry Christmas, Major.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Fall back in. With that, then, go ahead and get me Lambert, Drake, Brock, and Grig post. You just got it easy, Lambert. You just walked forward. Just straight. Drake, you're like getting nudged out. About face. There you go. Alright. So as I just talked about WLC, these 4 graduates are of Advanced Leadership School. So this is to get qualified and for the most part move into the rank of an E6, potential E7. So this is not getting a new ribbon. It's still technically the NCO development ribbon. However, the apparatus on it is now the number 2. So usually there is the blank NCO development ribbon, which means we qualified and completed WLC. A number 2 gets put on the ribbon when you are a graduate of Advanced Leadership course. And then there's only one other, which is a number 3, which means you went through the First Sergeant School, which then usually, at our size, there's only ever one person that generally has that. So these soldiers were taught at a higher level of how to develop, how to train leadership, how to, get their team a cohesive group together, creating that community, creating that bond as leaders is very vital. Leadership is very tricky. The definition of leadership is literally getting everybody to be all in on a common goal, right? You can't force leadership. You can't pull someone's ear, definitely online here, and say, follow me. It's all by volunteer basis. And yes, we have our COC chart. We have, our organizational charts. You report to this person reports to you. But at the end of the day, it does not take much for a soldier to get frustrated, hit that X in the upper right-hand corner of their computer screen, log off our website, log off our TeamSpeak, and we never see them again, right? And we still have that, and it's a big task to be a leader in anything. Lead in your personal life, or lead in your company that you work for, lead in our unit. These soldiers take that additional step, take on some extra skill sets, learn a couple extra things that set them up, gives them the tools to be able to get out there and lead at a higher level. So big hoo to these soldiers for putting up with me, because I lived that course. Congratulations. All right, office. Thank you, soldiers. Fall back in.
Thanks.
Alright, this next list is going to be a little large. So we got Drake, Shade, Greg, Unger, Nichols, Escabella, Poltrack, Skits, and Lucky post. Might have to make two ranks on this one. If everybody's here. Oh, looks like 5. Alright, perfect. Buffets? Alright. So these soldiers, as I said, it was a pretty big list. I see one of them jumping into the servers now. But they're being awarded the Good Conduct Medal. So those that don't know, the Good Conduct Medal is an award that is awarded every 3 months of service in our unit. As it says, good service, right? Good conduct. Which means no lapse in AWOLs. They TPR when they're not going to be here. They're 100% accountable for themselves for those 3 months. And it's an award that, you can get up to 4 a year. I mean, you can max this medal out very quickly throughout your service in the unit. Just as it says, this is the good conduct medal. These soldiers are doing what they're doing. They're doing the bare minimum, right, technically, to be here, be present, participate, whether that's in their combat unit or their DMOS unit, and they're here to do what they're supposed to, what they signed up to do, what they volunteered to do. So a big hooah to them, and congratulations. Hooah. Buffets? Oh, fall again.
Thank you, sir.
Next up, get me Abel and Lambert. Post. Alright, Buffets. Alright, these two soldiers, two leaders, are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal. This is awarded for 6 months of good service within a DMOS. So these soldiers enlisted both actually in our Public Affairs office 6 months ago or more. This could be a second medal. In our Public Affairs office, which takes care of obviously our front page, our social media, our Twitch pages, stuff like that, broadcast journalism, recording, the whole works. So, I mean, these soldiers are, you know, dedicated, obviously, been in the unit for 6 months plus, and they've been serving in our DMOSs for 6 months. So, a big hooah to them, and thank you. Hooah. Buffets? Fall back in. Alright. Next up, go ahead and get me Marsh, Orsini, Cooper, and Reed. Post.
Marsh isn't present, Major.
Got it. Alright, Buffets. So these 4 soldiers enlisted in our unit probably within the last month or a little bit more. These soldiers are hereby being promoted to their first official promotion within our unit in our ceremony setting to Private First Class E3. You know, most of these soldiers, well, I should say all of these soldiers, left our OSET course as the rank of Private Second Class, and this is kind of their first big promotion, first stepping stone in our unit. You know, we have soldiers that hit that PFC, and they're eligible to start leading in possibly a fire team leader position. If they're an up and comer, it opens them up to a lot more other duties on the admin side. You qualify for a couple other DMOSs that you could apply for, which to get that next rank of specialist is a requirement in our unit. To make sure that you're present and active in a DMOS, and this next step as a PFC opens you up for a couple others. So take a look at that list and see what inspires you and you wish to do. So congratulations and hooah. Perfect. Hooah, PFC. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pop again. Alright, next up, Bodwin, post. Oh, lagging a little bit.
Yep.
Alright, I just see you running in front of me.
I hope you're not going to fly that way.
Running man.
Oh, 10 seconds to get back over there. Oh, hey, oh. We're here. Alright. Above face? Alright. Warrant Officer Bodwin here is hereby being awarded, well, technically pinned, his flight wings. So this is traditionally something that happens during our end of, promotion to Warrant Officer 1, completion of flight school. I chalk it up to administrative paper delay. We'd recently just went through some changes in our 3 cab and Falcons with some leadership changes from XO and Commander vacating their positions. So, that's kind of where it all kind of fell through. A little bit on my part. It was put on my work last week or last month as well, and then it kind of fell through on my lap as well. So a big hua. I mean, being one of our pilots is vital. Definitely through the change that 3CAB is currently going through, with getting new soldiers in, new recruits into our flight programs, and obviously new leadership as well. So lots of changes, lots of good changes are coming to 3CAB. More activity, more dedication to training, and just more transparency between flight and ground. And Warrant Officer here is one that will help lead the way, with the help of Lieutenant Alice and obviously the other flight officer trainees, I guess, or Warrant Officer candidates. So big hua and congratulations, hua.
Cool.
Alright, Buffets. Hua. Fall back in. I mean, leg back in over there. There you go. All right. Next up, go ahead, get me Lang, Liwa, Garcia, and Flanagan post. All right, Buffets. So these 4 soldiers, as I mentioned before, kind of with the requirement to get into that next rank, these 4 are hereby being promoted to E4 Bravo specialists. It's what we call entering the E4 Mafia. The specialists are really kind of the larger force in any unit. It's that rank that you can sit there and stay as a specialist. You're technically not the lower enlisted, and you're not necessarily an NCO just yet. And it's one of those positions that, if you're in the real military, it's kind of that sweet spot, right? You can get out of some details because you have a little bit of rank, you have a couple years in. Here, you guys got a couple months in. But the big position of this specialist rank for us is serving in a DMOS. As I mentioned before, it's one of the requirements for this rank. We have soldiers that aren't in a DMOS that didn't qualify for this. All the other requirements, sure, they make, but we're pretty serious about making sure that all soldiers, as they continue to move up in our unit, provide in all aspects of our unit. It makes a well-rounded soldier on a combat side and an administrative side, because as you move up into leadership roles, there's a lot of administrative side of the unit that you have to know and you have to understand. And getting into the DMOSs really helps develop that. So, big hua to these soldiers. They're part of the Mafia now, and congratulations. Oh. Alright, Buffets. Congratulations, specialists.
Yes, sir.
Alright, fall back in. Alright. Next up, go ahead, get me Sam and Tucci post. Bove's. Alright. So, riding that train of DMOSs, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal, the JSAM. So this is one step under that commendation, or Joint Service Commendation. It's for excellence within a DMOS, and I'll kind of read the citations that are brought in. Corporal Sam, in the short time he's been in BMO, quickly came into the spotlight with completing numerous BMO requests in a short amount of time, and with minimal errors. With the current workload, it's very probable that Corporal Sam will be risen into the ranks of BMO very quickly. So kind of high praise through the NCYC, Sergeant Scanar, that leads our BMO, and high praise like that, it's worth 1,000 words. Then Sergeant Tucci quickly climbed into the position of senior RMS due to his dedication and excellent work ethic. Even with his busy work schedule, he never fails to deliver excellent work within BMO. So a lot of work within our BMO. If you haven't ever been in that DMOS, it's a lot of well, I'm gonna say it's not exactly the shiny thing like our RRO, to where you get to interact with people, right? Or our FIG, to where you're in game and conducting training, which can be pretty motivational and pretty fun. BMO is one of those that it's all back end. There's no shine and glimmer. You solely base your achievements off of the requests that are coming in, whether those are service requests or just the big ones. Whenever we have prior service soldiers re-enlist that's been gone for a couple of years, well, we have their personnel files, and it takes a lot of work to get some of those. Definitely if they were a long-standing soldier that served with us for a couple of years and then retired and then came back. Now we have a new website, so it's not all present on our current website. These soldiers, these two, handle that. So it's a lot of tedious work, and it doesn't go unnoticed, as the NCYC put some spotlight on his soldiers today. So big hua and congratulations.
Oh.
Alright, Dollface. Thanks for your work. Hua.
Thank you, sir.
Fall back in. Alright, next up, if I can get Brock, Grig, Skits, and Cooper. Post. Alright, Dollface. Cover down a little bit, straighten jump. There you go. Almost a little better. Alright, so these 4 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal, the AAM. Usually the AAM can be given for combat-related, achievement, as well as administrative. So it's one of those dual-purpose medals. However, this medal is given out for some sort of leadership, is what this award is presented to these soldiers for. So I have a small citation for each soldier, and I'll kind of read through. So, Brock, Staff Sergeant Brock continues to provide stability to his squad as well as the rest of the unit. He always has topics to discuss during the NCO or platoon meetings, and is able to convert concepts and ideas into reality. The Staff Sergeant also has a great eye for SOP and sees it too that all the actions he and his subordinates are responsible for are executed correctly and by the book. So no surprise there with Staff Sergeant. He's our senior squad leader within our unit. I mean, he's one that really goes above and beyond, leads from the front, is known by all, and has that reputation of an outstanding and solid character of a soldier. So, hua to him. Grig, Sergeant Grig, is able to listen and communicate effectively with his team leaders when their input is required. He involves all of them in all squad decisions to produce an agreeable solution, despite him battling COVID, refusing an LOA, and continued to communicate with his squad, as well as provide important paperwork on a timely manner. So again, I didn't even know that you've been battling COVID and that you had it. I heard somebody within the unit has, and obviously that's not an easy thing to deal with, but it shows that leadership, that communication piece of it. Skits. Skits, always ready to lead his team and show up early for drills and operations. Communication with Skits is golden every time, and has done brilliantly in finally stepping into that fire team leader role within Spartans before being offered the position multiple times before in other squads. He really shows his dedication to Spartans and his camaraderie within the squad and unit. So here, kind of a fairly new leader. In this case, also Skits is the NCYC of our PAO. So that one's kind of dual Just the leadership that he provides, I know on that side of things, as I'm embedded quite a bit with public affairs, but then also the work that he's been doing as a fairly new fire team leader, but obviously not skipping a beat, transitioning that leadership that he provides in PAO on an administrative side to a combat role. So big hooah to him. The final one is Cooper, which actually, if those that don't know, he is a lower enlisted soldier, a private being awarded actually I think he just just was promoted to PFC. So this was officially a awarded when he was a private second class. So that's pretty amazing. Cooper has done an outstanding job stepping in into a fire team leader position as a private second class when his leader was away and unable to make the event. He volunteered for the last 2 missions within Spartans to participate in, so his fire team has a point of leadership. Cooper is reliable and always willing to lead his guys, give orders, and make sure the orders are executed to the best of his ability. I mean, to be able to have soldiers come in basically right out of basic training and have that much leadership potential already is outstanding. I mean, that's an up-and-comer is what that is. So a big hooah to these 4. I mean, leadership is what runs this unit, and these are 4 fine examples of that. So hooah. Alright. Buffets? Congratulations. Fall back in. Go ahead and get me Brock and pull track post. Alright, Buffets. So these 2 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal. So there's 2 ways of earning and being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal. In this case, both soldiers qualified through our kind of our voting system through clan list. Those that aren't aware, it is on our website at all times. In the upper right corner, you'll see a clan list and then a rank number, right? You can vote up to 2 times a day that are tracked on your profile. So you're looking at one via your desktop and one via your mobile device or iPad or just anything besides your desktop, because otherwise it's going to say you voted already. So you can vote up to 2 times a day in 30 days if you qualify and hit exactly 60 votes, 60 out of 60 when we kind of look, and when we're doing this paperwork, or submitting our request, I should say. You're awarded, you qualify for the Humanitarian Service Medal, because that takes a lot of dedication. I know several soldiers that are constantly like, damn it, I just missed one day, and I'm at 58. Unfortunately, that doesn't qualify. You know, this is a medal that takes extreme dedication on yourself, remembering. Even myself, I struggle with being able to remember. Oh yeah, I gotta vote today. I'm on the website daily, but it's literally just remembering that I gotta hit that vote button on our website. Usually one from my phone, one from my work computer, or something like that. So, so it takes extreme dedication for this to happen. These soldiers did it. I know this is Staff Sergeant Brock's 2nd or 3rd time of being awarded this. So you want a great routine right there. I think Staff Sergeant has one. To have it routinely in his mind that, oh yeah, I see the website, I gotta hit that vote button. That helps us all. It helps get our unit up to the top of that list. You know, we automatically get 300 votes a day through the subscription model that we have with clan lists, but then again, so does 100 other units. So, and I'm very proud and happy to see that we're generally always in the top 5, no matter what day I look, or what time of the day I look. So, keep it up and keep pushing. Alright, Buffets. Thank you again, soldiers. Thank you. Fall back in. Alright. Next up, go ahead, get me Tucci, Shade, and Whirl post. Alright, Buffface. Alright, these 3 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Army Commendation Medal. And again, this is given for mostly combat leadership or leadership, just dedication leadership as well. So I'll kind of read the citations that come with it. Sergeant Tucci successfully reopened Phoenix Squad with team leaders from different squads. Their first event showed exceptional attendance and accountability with 0 absences during the mission Bullet Swarmer. Phoenix members have embraced their new leadership, and there was a seamless introduction as if our 4th squad has been part of Widowmakers for a long time already. So one of the great events that we had in the month of November was the reactivation of our 4th Squad Phoenix. If you haven't seen the news article that PAO put out, get out there and read it. It's in our news forums. Sergeant Tucci is a long-standing leader in our unit. In fact, back in the day, he actually opened 3rd Squad, was a squad leader of 3rd Squad in a prior tour. Come back, lead from the front. Here he's now the one dubbed as the reopener of our 4th Squad Phoenix. And then the hard part there is taking teams from different squads, so soldiers that relationship wasn't there yet. And now he's leading 2 fire team leaders that are fairly new to the position and obviously new to the squad, and being successful with it. So that's extreme leadership. So a big hooah to him. Sergeant Shade, while participating in Bullet Swarmer, Sergeant Shade was one of the first responders during the leadership casualties when a local militant turned hostile. Sergeant Shade found both Lieutenant Lambert and Sergeant First Class Drake incapacitated and didn't think twice before taking over platoon leadership and issuing orders to the other squads. His actions led to the successful elimination of the hostile force and safe return of 4 strikers filled with friendly soldiers. I remember this one. In fact, he saved my life during that engagement. And I died sooner or later, but saved the initial blast. And this is actually being awarded with Valor for the outstanding work, combat leadership, and getting in there and taking care of leadership. I mean, when leadership goes down in a combat setting, it's really first soldier up. I mean, we kind of have that established COC. We have a platoon staff. Usually when platoon staff goes down, it then falls on the senior squad leader and so forth. So it's really working towards that. There was some confusion and there was some stress level increases during that mission due to an entire wipe of leadership. And that could happen again. And really we just got to train on it and be ready for it and kind of execute. So a big hooah to Sergeant Shade for his leadership during that stressful time. Then we have Specialist Whirl. Now Specialist Whirl has proven not only to be an exceptional leader in his own position, but has also covered the squad lead position several times due to some health issues. Okay, that's a typo. Of Sergeant Greg was out, right? Sergeant Grigg was out. Was unable to attend multiple events, including Operations. Specialist World's leadership's ability was on par with myself, his squad leader at the time, and from the AARs I've received and the squad's own accounts. His performance and dedication and decision-making on the field has been exemplary. As far as I am concerned, when he is leading the squad, whatever choices he makes are as if they came out of my own mouth. Not only in the billet he is filling, but also in my own decision-making process. So that's pretty high praise from his squad leader. Basically saying, when I'm not here, this soldier's in charge, and whatever decisions he makes, it's as if it's coming out of my own mouth. It's my orders. That's much like the I guess authority I put also on platoon staff. They speak for C staff during events, and I mean that's pretty high praise, and it shows the outstanding leadership that the specialist can provide, as well as what he's done in the past. I think speaks for itself as well. Those that don't know, Specialist World here used to be actually all the way up to our company commander at one point, so in a prior tour. So the leadership is there. Now it's just really getting it down lower enlisted and training and teaching that. So a big hoot to these three. This is a pretty high medal, the Army Commendation Medal. As you can see, all three accounts, that's extreme leadership. That is outstanding jobs being conducted on their half. So, congratulations. Hua. All right, Buffett. Congratulations. Hua.
Thank you, sir.
All that good.
We'll get you out next time, sir.
Yeah, thanks. I do recall, quick story with that. So Sergeant Shade barges right in. I'm in this hut with no weapon at all, because that was the requirement to talk with this this infidel. And one of the things that happens is he barges right in and, you know, says, "Hey, come with me." But what was the phrase you wanted to use that you texted me later on, messaged me later on, Sergeant Shade?
Come on, sir. Don't you want to live forever?
Those that don't know, that's from a movie, but there's some pretty good times there, that's for sure. All right, next up, get me Lang, Flanagan, Sapp, Holmes, Reed, Attack, Dorji, Cooper, and Grummett post. Might have said a couple of those wrong, if not all. Alright, buffets. Alright, these soldiers, 9 of them altogether, are hereby being awarded their Combat Infantry Badge Stage 1. So this is for participating in Operation Thin Ice. In the month of November here, they participated in their first combat action operation in our unit. So as you can see, a lot of these are lower enlisted, PFC specialists, and so forth, or privates even, private second classes. And this is their first action. We award a Combat Infantry Badge stage per operation. So it could take a while to get up to even number 2, stage 3, stage 4 is the max. So these soldiers are on their first one. Now we're wrapping up our first operation, the one of this year, I should say. You know, and we'll see what next year brings for operationals, commands that come out. But the first one's out of the way. It's an honorable thing, and congratulations. Buffets. Congrats, soldiers. All back in. Alright, next up, get me Thomas post, if he's present. Don't think he is. Alright,
Yes, Major. He's coming.
oh, he's coming? Alright. You gotta go around the LT. There you go.
We know he's scary.
He is, I understand that. There you go. Alright, Bellface. Alright. So Private Thomas here is a returning soldier from a prior tour. Here, with that prior tour, he was already awarded the Combat Infantry Badge Stage 1. So officially, in the month of November, he completed his second operation. So as I said, with Stage 1 is one operation. In this case, this is Private Thomas now, second combat operation. So he's being awarded Stage 2 of the CIB. So congratulations and Alright, Bellface. Cool, congratulations. Alright. So next up, go ahead and get me Pendergast, Escabella, Nichols, Perez, Liwa, Samuels, Garcia, and Orsini post. If everybody present, it's probably going to have to be 2 ranks. Maybe we can make it fit. There you go, split the difference. Alright, Buffus. All right. So this is actually a fairly large list. These are the graduates of our November Airborne School, hosted by FIG, Sergeant Brock, and Lieutenant Lambert. So this is completion of that school, which in regards, these soldiers are hereby pinned with their airborne wings. So this is the first stage. Some of these probably completed the course a few times. And as those wings keep getting up to master and senior parachutists, that's just by taking the course multiple times, which do count between our 173rd school and our school. So you can get up there pretty quick. We usually try to run the course every month, stuff like that. So for sure once a quarter. But getting your airborne wings qualify you to jump out of perfectly good airplanes. And for the first time in our unit history, we actually had 2 airborne missions within Operation Thin Ice. So that is unheard of. It's never ever been done in our unit before. Usually it's 1, if any. As those soldiers know, we are not an airborne unit or an infantry unit. We're not the 173rd. We're not the 82nd Airborne. So we don't jump out of perfectly good airplanes all the time. But being infantry, being the 3rd ID, we can still go to the school. We still qualify, and be able to wear that skill badge with honor. So big hooah and congrats.
Cool.
All right. Ballface. All right. Fall back in, but Orsini and Pendergast stay. And then just cover down. All right. Ballface. So, as you can read right on the front of their belly there, it says medic. So these soldiers are our squad medics. Obviously a very vital role. Somebody that I definitely want next to me at almost all times of operations, so that I can get patched up and healed or revived. It takes a large dedication to not only just be a combat lifesaver, but then to move forward and be that combat medic that everybody relies on so importantly. You gotta think, each of these soldiers has the welfare of anywhere from 7 to 15 soldiers that are assigned to their squad, that their welfare, their health, their stamina, their everything is on them to make sure that they do their best work and efficiently, so that these soldiers can be combat efficient again and get in the fight, because that's the end goal. We need soldiers, right? So a big hooah to these soldiers. They're being awarded the Combat Medic Badge, which is awarded for fulfilling that role as that medic, as the assigned medic. But then also, much like our CIB, our Combat Infantry Badge, it's awarded for serving in an operation. So it's much like our CIBs, our CABs, our Combat Action Badge, which is awarded to soldiers outside the infantry. So our flight crews usually get the cabs, and then this is the equivalent of those two, but in the medical field, which is our combat medical badge. So a big hooah to these two for being present, for showing up, for doing their jobs, and making sure that we all get to be combat effective. So hooah. Ballface. Alright, congratulations. Fall back in.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next up, Nichols post. Alright, Ballface. Alright, so Specialist Nichols has been with us a few tours. One thing that was brought in through kind of just uniform inspections and things like that is the absence of a combat patch. So we've changed the way we award our combat patch in the prior years. I think about 5 to 7 years ago, something like that, a long time ago. We switched being able to be awarded the combat patch to as soon as you're awarded your Stage 3 CIB, so you served in 3 full combat operations, or was present during combat operations of 3, you are also awarded our 3rd ID combat patch. So that is the patch that goes under the flag on your uniform, on your multicam, or your well, it used to be ACUs, you know, so it's your combat patch. And this is being awarded to Specialist Nichols after what we're going to call administrative paper delays like normal. But congratulations, and obviously he's a re-enlistee from a prior tour, so this is just catching up to current times. So, congratulations. Ballface. Alright, fall back in. Let me check my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything. I got one last. Alright. Everything has a check mark, so I think we're alright. So next up, Whorl and Skits post. Hey, personal bubble, guys. No, I'm joking. Alright. Alright, Bellface?
6 feet distance.
Yeah, 6 feet. Come on, guys. Where's your masks? Alright, so we talked about the E4 Mafia. We also talked a little bit about, you know, getting the hell out of the E4 Mafia. Is something not a lot of soldiers necessarily want to do. It takes on that leadership. In this case, as both of these soldiers have been praised already for their leadership with various medals, being up here prior. These two are hereby being promoted to Corporal, E4 Alpha, for obviously qualifying, getting through the main requirement for there is that they're leaders, right? They hold a leadership position. To be a corporal, to be an NCO, you join the NCO Corps, which is the backbone of this unit. They're the ones that actually run the unit in terms of our leadership, our soldiers, our accountability piece. You know, officers like myself and the lieutenant, we're just the people at the top of the spear that smile. But these soldiers in front of you are the ones that actually get it done, and are the true ones that run the unit. So these two enter the NCO Corps, leading from the front already, and I look forward to seeing what their abilities can do. So big hooah to them, and welcome to the NCO Corps. Ballface. Get your stripes.
Thank you, sir.
Cool. Congrats. Fall back in. Alright, so we are at that 1 hour mark, so we're going to wrap this up. As I mentioned before, just to reiterate, the Holiday Exodus starts when? Who can tell me? December 21st. And that means we do what?
Don't TPR or
There
LOA.
Don't TPR and LOA. We do not need those. This is your couple weeks here to enjoy some time, to be with family, be with friends, enjoy whatever games you want to play. I know we do a lot of other games channels and enjoying each other's company, and that's what this community is made for. We're here to take on the role as Milsim. We're here to enjoy that like-minded others that are like-minded like us, that we want to play Army, right? But you know, this is the time to have some fun, relax a little bit, keep it respectful, right? Just because you're here doesn't mean you can go be all willy-nilly, as the first sergeant says, usually. But make sure that you are safe during this time. Enjoy some time. If it's a hard time of season for you, jump on TeamSpeak. We're here. We're going to want to get in there and enjoy each other's company and enjoy just that time in general. You know, there is plenty of events that are going to happen, and it's just one of those things that we want to take this time, enjoy that time of the year, have some fun, and then we'll see everybody back here on January 2nd for squad drills. Check the forums out. I know one of the things that Samuels probably wants to talk about is the video that he's trying to put together with PAO. So check that post out if you're looking for if you're looking to help, they are looking for a couple things to be done in that. But other than that, that's really all I have. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. And what other ones there are? Happy holidays. It's been an extremely great year in our unit. We have gone from, I think, at the beginning of 2000, we started with 2 squads. We doubled in size in 2020. And that's amazing. You know, it's not the largest we've ever been, but as one of my acclaimed quotes is I'd rather have quality over quantity any day of the week. So, big hoot to our leaders here, our soldiers here, and have a happy new year as well. And we'll see you back here on January 3rd for that promotion ceremony. Oh, Lieutenant, post. Alright, take charge, dismiss them, and let's have fun today in our operation.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Not hearing you, LT.
Can you guys hear me?
There you go.
Alright. Congrats to everyone who received promotions and awards. Keep up the hard work, guys. As Major LaFlash said, make sure you go vote on the website and report in. It is Sunday, so go to the Op Center and report in. Keep that active duty status. If you received a promotion or award, go ahead and submit a uniform update request as soon as possible. Those will be processed once BMO processes the paperwork from company for all the awards today. And then we will see you back here at 14:45 Eastern sharp for our mission brief. So happy holidays, ZID. First platoon dismissed. Hooah.
Hello. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you here in about 45 minutes.